So, at the age of 18, in my gap year, 3 weeks, I headed round Europe on a bit of an interrail trip. From the good, the bad, to the ugly, to the beautiful cities, to the people. Enjoy coming along on the adventure. Morning. It's currently 6 AM and my train is at like 7 something, so I'm awake. Before I went and escaped this awful hostel, I just packed up all my stuff, tightened the straps on my bag, and it's funny because even when you're getting ready there are people just still asleep in your hostel room. Like, hostels are weird. On my way to the train station. And then I got on the train and headed for a whole day of travel to Slovenia. To be honest, with views like this, I did not even mind. It's train journeys like this that just left me feeling so inspired. Like, you'd be looking out the window and just seeing like all these mountains with clouds. I was like, whoa, it's like Everest. Okay, so despite 2 train delays, I think I've made it onto this train to Ljubljana. I'm really confused by like the layout of this train, and like they say reservations only, so I hope I'm in the right bit of the train. I hope I'm on the right train. So I literally have like 8 hours of travel today, and it's basically 3 journeys, like 3 separate train journeys, and both the first and the second were delayed, so it was so stressful getting connecting ones. I had to leg it to get on this train to Ljubljana. Like I literally just made it. I've just been informed that I need to get off at another station and now take a bus to Ljubljana because it's no longer going to Ljubljana. So yeah, I think it's going to extend my journey a bit, but that's currently what's happening. But I've got a really weird room setup thing because I think this is an overnight train and I'm obviously not on it overnight, so yeah. I've been keeping myself entertained by actually doing quite a bit of like creative writing and rereading Throne of Glass because I really love that series and I really love Sarah J Maas's writing, so I've been like looking at it and kind of studying it, I guess, and also doing my Dutch. The train got me to Jesenice and then it was time to get on the bus. Woo! So made it to Ljubljana, yes, and it's not raining, so success. It is currently 3 o'clock, so it's actually kind of on time, which is great, and I'm just gonna find myself a toilet because I really need the toilet after that journey, but I didn't want to risk it in between connections by trying to go. Then I'm gonna head to my hostel. I instantly loved how autumnal and green and beautiful it was. This room is actually so nice. Look how spacious it is. It has these chill chairs, and she gave me this bed, which she said is her favourite. So yes, Natasha, come through. This is the locker, which is like very decently sized because you can put both bags in and put your whole bag in instead of just valuables. She also just gave me a map and like a full itinerary of things that I need to do in Ljubljana, so very useful. Yes, I'm just gonna head out as soon as I can. Also, hashtag real talk, I'm on my period and I need to get myself more stuff for that, so yeah. Issue with it being a Sunday is a lot of shops are closed, so I hope that I can find like vegan food and stuff, although there is a kitchen here, which is good. My hostel was like a beautiful castle house. It was stunning. All the houses just looked so clean and like something from a film. And there was this little church nearby. I headed through the main park, I headed past the town hall. I basically just tried to explore as much of the city as I could before it got dark. Here are the famous 3 bridges. Basically there used to be just one, which was like a road, but then they had to build 2 more for pedestrians, so now there are 3 random bridges all in the same location. So I'm currently just in Ljubljana and I am just outside the like main cathedral place. The way I would describe Ljubljana in the very short amount of time that I've been here is it feels like a dream city, like a bubble. Like I'm walking around and I feel like I'm not even here and I'm just observing like this this dream city happening. Like, it's so clean, it's so eco-friendly, everyone's cycling, everyone's friendly and happy, and there are all the kids like playing in the park, and I feel like I'm in shock. Like, it's just looks like walking around something so magical. So I'm gonna go on a walk to find this castle. They have a castle called Gracia Planota Adventures. I've also just been to like a supermarket and I found these vegan wafers, which my friends that I met in Venice who are vegan had these and they were so good, and I found them so I bought them. And then I also bought some period pads. About to embark on the rest of the stairs. I've done all the steep hill incline. Doesn't look that steep here, but down there it was steep. But wow, I love Ljubljana, and wow, I love Slovenia. Whoa, it's so green and I love that. Like, I love eco-friendly places, and this just feels so woven into the forest. Like, look at this. Isn't that just like a dream path right there? Again, the views are just stunning. I think when you're away, it's always so worth trekking up to the high viewpoints because the views are always so worth it. And I did go and explore the free parts of the castle inside. I love that Ljubljana's symbol is a dragon, so they literally just have dragon things everywhere, which is so cool. I just sat and looked over at the views as the sun started to set. The sun is starting to set, and I'm gonna go for food. 6 PM. Spent literally no money today on food, so this is my treat because I didn't buy lunch, and breakfast out of the hostel, so it's a good dinner today. Oh my god, there's such a story to meeting these two girls, but in essence, I was sat there looking like a tired mess in my hostel room, not wanting to go out, and these two bubbly Swedish girls came in and were like, oh, do you want to come to a pub crawl with us? Now, I've never been to a pub crawl in my life, not really a big beer fan at all, but I'm trying to learn to say yes to more things. So basically I did say yes, but then the pub was closed, so instead they were like, oh, do you want to go for a glass of wine? So I joined them for a glass of wine. However, we ended up getting on so well, the conversation got so deep so quickly, and we realised that our views on so many things were so similar. They both led mainly vegan lifestyles, and I instantly felt this kind of bond of like sisterhood, like kind of mutual female empowerment. It was just so lovely spending time with them, and they had some time off university, which is why they were travelling together. I love it so much when hostels have free breakfast, and this one even had soya milk, which is amazing. So I got ready with Hannah and Johanna, and we basically all wanted to do the free walking tour in Ljubljana, and I'd highly recommend doing free walking tours because it is the best way to learn so much about a city in a very short space of time. You basically just meet at an arranged meeting point and you have a guide, and the idea is that it's free, but you leave a tip depending on how much you enjoyed the tour.
It's very famous for being pink.
And opposite the three bridges.
Let me also officially welcome you in Ljubljana.
As I'm sure a lot of you are the same, I realised I really didn't know anything about Slovenia. This tour really did open my eyes to a lot of their culture and history. I also got a cheeky nectarine from the market. So we're just eating at Gaudi, a small restaurant. And we've all gone for the same thing, but got bonus salads as well. We then had lunch, which was so nice and very cheap actually. Food was rather cheap in Ljubljana. We then found vegan cake on the app Happy Cow, which I can't recommend enough for finding vegan food abroad. We decided to each try a different one and then sit together and do our work. So I did some editing, and both Hannah and Johanna had some modules left to do for university. And Hannah just passed 3 of her course modules for uni, which is amazing. Yes!
Not that, like too much. No.
That's good.
This one was a bit more because it was blueberry.
Yeah. So we're trying to work out if these people are protesting something or kayaking or like, what? What? I actually do love it when people go and stand up for what they believe in and protest. So we just hiked up here. We just made it up. We're a bit dead, but the view is so worth it. It's magical. And because I loved the castle so much, I did take both Hannah and Johanna up there just to see the views. The sky was actually completely different that day. The clouds were just looking stunning. We just kind of went for a bit of a random photo shoot around the castle. It's nice as well because when I'm with other people that I trust, I don't have to think as much about it getting dark, and I know that I can stay out longer and kind of experience cities in the dark and at night time. And we went to a little night market
to pick up some stuff to make our dinner. I'm just going to cook because it's less expensive. We're trying to find the supermarket.
No, it's okay, but I have to.
This was the weirdest way to get into a supermarket.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks. Vegan bolognese, yeah.
Shout out to Slovenia for being so vegan friendly and having so many amazing vegan options. The supermarket was so well stocked and had a huge vegan section, literally only vegan food.
And like vegan like mayonnaise, soya yogurt. Wow.
Yeah, we just paid for that and decided to cook together. Hannah is an amazing chef, so basically just cooked for me and Johanna.
So Hannah's being a pro and just basically cooking the meal for us.
Tip for travelling, make friends with people who are good cooks.
We're keeping her up with the wine.
You need a wine when you cook.
So we just sat with some other people that we met and enjoyed our little feast.
Come back and do that.
Thank you, Hannah.
We also ate extra, and because I had Tupperware, it kind of made sense to save it for the next day. Now meet Hannah. So my room, I had Hannah, and Johanna. Hannah was from Slovenia, and then the other two were Swedish. So we basically decided to attempt to learn each other's languages. Just a few words.
Swedish.
Zdravo.
Zdravo, yeah.
Zdravo, is that right?
Zdravo.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's Julia.
So Hannah, are you satisfied with your roommates?
Yeah, I like my roommates a lot.
Oh, yeah. And Johanna, are you satisfied with
Just
us?
doing secret messages in the phone.
Oh my
like,
God,
you know.
I'm actually, the fact I'm trusting you with my phone, like, that shows how close that we are now.
It's been 46 hours. No, 26. Like
26 hours! Oh yeah, it's not even been 2 days. It's been a day.
It's been a day.
Oh, but, Nostravo. That's cheers in Nostravo. Nostro.
I'm testing your Dutch as well.
Yeah.
Because if I do 2 languages, then you can do 2 languages. That is fair.
Hvala. Hvala.
I said it like a pro, but I can't. This is probably one of my favourite memories from my trip. We literally spent a good hour and a half just sat there learning each other's languages. And it was such a supportive, friendly atmosphere.
You did great.
Yeah,
Okay.
you did great.
So Hannah, I did you.
Yeah.
Okay, so start with hello.
You know it. You know it.
Something I really love doing when I travel is actually trying to appreciate the culture a bit more and getting involved in the culture. So instead of doing the normal standard English thing, which is so easy to do, and just relying on your English, I do like to try and learn at least a few words of the language.
It's your turn.
Oh my
Yay.
God. Hey.
Yeah.
And Stravo.
Yay.
Yay! That's the one I can't remember.
Goodbye.
Hey door.
Yeah.
And I honestly could door.
I'm sorry if you speak these languages and I'm butchering it.
I'm so amazed you're like nailing all of the Swedish ones. It's like, yeah. Yeah, you know everyone. And I like you.
Oh, jag gillar dig.
Yay! Jag gillar dig också.
Vi ses i mig.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
nice!
But yeah, these are the best roommates I could have asked for, to be honest. They're just amazing. Oh, missed you, Hannah. More amazing free breakfast and soy milk. And the conversation at breakfast was so nice. We met so many cool people. And then I just packed up my stuff and got ready to go on a road trip. So instead of me getting the bus to Lake Bled, Hannah and Johanna had a car that they were renting.
On to Lake Bled we go. The road trip is beginning. Look at Hannah, oh she's such an expert. Look how heavily it fits, it's like fate. Oh my gosh, look at that! Wow!
So the Swedish girls have adopted me and we are on a road trip to Bled. We've got the tunes going, got the Swedish tunes going. How have I been stung by a mosquito on my lip? I've got one there, I've got one all over my other arm, I've got one on my legs, I've got one on my ankles. Mosquitoes in Slovenia are an issue. I was so scared that I was intruding, but to be honest we got on so well that I could kind of just tell that I wasn't, if that makes sense. This trip over to Bled was one of the most fun car journeys ever. Look at those Swedish bops. I had no idea what they were saying. I guess that was part of the fun.
Let's take it up. Let's paint the town. Let's run it down. Let's burn the roof.
Something you don't see in this video is the fact that we actually nearly drove into the gorge and had to stop the car and get out of it and trying to get one of the wheels from slipping off the bank, and yeah, very eventful. If you ever go to Slovenia, visit this gorge. It was one of the absolute highlights of my trip. It was stunning. It was so untouched, so clean, the water, so magical.
Look at the colour of the water. So we are adding our own little tower to the collection of the village.
Yeah, they had all these little random towers of rocks which people had built up.
So this is our little tower.
I think the gorge is a site that I'm so glad I experienced with other people.
So what do we think of this gorge? What's it called again?
Brati? No. I have no idea.
Bakar or something?
Bakta.
We don't know where we are, but...
No, but it's beautiful. I don't even have words for it. No.
And it just like, it's like a feeling it conjures of just like we're alive, we're like having the best experience. It's so cool.
So breathtaking.
It is.
And we're standing just above the waterfall.
Yeah,
like the waterfall
you probably hear it. Like.
It may be hard for you to stop and believe, but for you, maybe friends or family that you don't understand, they fear they'll lose.
What we like to see.
Look at this burger, look how good this looks. Oh,
It's amazing.
Amazing.
Yay.
And the view.
I definitely splashed the cash a bit more. I felt like I was properly on holiday with these guys. And then we actually headed to Lake Bled, which is one of the most beautiful lakes I have ever seen. So clean, it's one of the cleanest in Europe. We just walked around the lake, we visited the parks around the lake. They have a castle in the middle of the lake too. And at night the castle like lights up, it all glows and reflects on the water.
Show us your dance. Oh.
It's got a like nice swing to it.
It's been going for like 2 minutes straight. She's still going. Wow. She's still dancing.
Super spontaneously, like I kid you not, this was one of the most spontaneous things. We went ziplining.
Is this your feeling good? Good face?
Hannah was terrified of heights and really didn't want to do it. But yeah, the zip line was one of the most incredible things you can imagine. Going over the lake and the forests, it was so high up. It was like 75 meters above ground level. But it was so much fun, and we kind of made friends with the instructors and some people who did the zip lining with us, which took us on to the bar later that night.
Rectangle.
And yours?
I can't see it, which is a good sign. Good
Okay,
sign.
there.
Yours is a rectangle.
A big, yeah. I'm marked for life. It was good though. Like this was so amazing.
He's an action pro. Right, okay, advertise it to me. What have we got today?
So we got mixed vegetables with kidney beans and tomato sauce. To that we got toasted bread straight from the oven. I actually also like found a bit of garlic and a bit of cayenne pepper and stuff. So I just poured it all in, and yeah, that's it.
Gourmet.
Looks amazing.
Cleaned up. We've like probably washed everything up. We've like sanitized. I've got laundry. Like going in the washing machine. So yes, life is good.
It's great.
So we're just getting ready to go to the hostel bar. I'm wearing this jumpsuit, which is, we were saying it's, oh we got matching, literally matching. We were saying it's like fancy, like with no effort. So it's very comfortable, like pajamas, but no effort. Although we were saying, me and Johanna, I think we're gonna wear mascara. Like that's a big deal. Big deal.
For both of us, that's a big deal.
I'm wearing mascara. Whoa.
That could only be my thing. I know it and how I make.
So normally you have to pay for laundry facilities, but this hostel had a free washing machine, so I was not going to not use it. But I had so many issues with laundry. I was the last one to get to the bar. So we went to the bar with our friends that we went ziplining with. And we actually also took the instructors. We also met up with this guy that we met in our hostel in Ljubljana as well. Eventful night. I think I got back at 4:30 AM, maybe? So it's now time to leave. It's the next day. I honestly, like, I've bonded with these two people so much in the last, like, 50 hours. I don't want to go. We had the craziest night. Things happen, things like that. We've just, just so many, we're just discussing, like, all the little memories and stuff of, like, the last few days, and now it's gonna be so fun.
Oh, you shouldn't get on the train. You should be like, okay, I'll
come to Prague with you. Yeah. No, I've got to get to Vienna, but
It's so sad. Bye.
Biggest shout out to Hannah and Johanna for basically becoming my sisters in the 3 days that we spent together. I got to know them so well. It was like Love Island effect, like you're in this bubble where you just get to know people so quickly. And thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for getting to this point. This vlog has taken me so long again to edit, but I do love it at the same time. We're definitely getting towards the end of my trip. I love you so much. Bye.